Hi everyone, my name is Bastien. I'm a French Asana consultant, and my goal today is to get you excited about Asana in less than 10 minutes. I want to cover the basics of Asana. We're going to have a look at the homepage, the Sidenav, what a project looks like, a task, the task pane. We will have a look at the inbox as well, the My Tasks view, and we will touch on portfolios and goals. I have less than 10 minutes. Let's go. So basically Asana has two goals. The main goal is to allow you to collaborate with your team. The second one is to allow you to be organized yourself and really get on top of what you have to do and get some clarity on the things you are supposed to do. What you have there on the screen is a demo space. So what you're going to see is actually fake data, but it looks a lot like what we see when we help clients, and it looks a lot like what we have in our own Asana space. On the main screen, you have the homepage, and what you see as a black area on the left is the Sidenav. The homepage is basically where you can start your Asana journey. This has by default a couple of widgets, so those are widgets, and you can definitely define the ones that you want to use. For example, the My Tasks widget is interesting. It's only a subset of the data that you see in the actual My Tasks view that I'm going to show you, but it's still interesting nevertheless. And you can see some of the projects you've been working with, some of the forms that are available, the tasks you've assigned to others, etc., etc. There's a lot of things available on the home page. Let's move on to the Sidenav. So the home page was actually at the top of the Sidenav, and those are all the features you can access. The My Tasks view I will cover in a minute, as well as the inbox. Then we have some insights around reporting, portfolios, and goals, which is really for managers and leadership in Asana. You also have the ability to see everything you starred. So everything you put as a favorite, like a project, like a goal, like a portfolio, will show up here. Then you have a list of projects. So either the ones you have recently visited, the one you use the most, and an alphabetical order. And you also see the different teams. So Asana has a concept of teams. When you're a member of a team, then you can see the project inside the team. I'm going to go there in a minute. So let's go within one team. Actually, I'm going to look at the field marketing team. I'm going to click on the team name. So this is the team homepage, and you can see the different projects the team has, the different members, as well as the connected goals. Let's go into one project. So let's say you are part of a marketing team and you organize different events around the world. In that case, that's the Sydney event. What you have on the screen is, it's a complex project. There's a lot of stuff to do, lots of people involved, lots of tasks. It doesn't have to be intimidating, because there are really ways to filter and sort and really extract the data that makes sense for you. And remember that the work you were doing before Asana was already complex. So Asana is just helping you have some clarity on your processes and try to hide away the complexity behind all the features that are available. What you see right there is basically a list of tasks. Every single item is a task. So this one, share registration page, that's a task assigned to Sergey with the due date on December 6th. And then we have a couple of columns that we call custom fields. Those tasks are organized within sections. Week -6, week -5, those are sections, and you can easily move the tasks around using the handle right there or using the arrows right here. So it's really easy to move things around in Asana. You can add new sections, you can remove sections, you can really make it your own and really be comfortable in your project. The view you have on the screen is only the list view, and that list can be filtered, it could be sorted. You can really decide to only look at a subset of the data. But there are actually lots of ways to look at the same project. For example, you could look at a board view. It's the same project, but visually presented in a different way. The sections we saw in a minute, it actually is turned into columns like this, like a Trello board or a Kanban board. Works the same way. You can still open a task by clicking on it, but it's just visually different. You can also look at a timeline. So it's basically a different visual way of seeing the project again, and you can see the dependencies and you can see how things arrange themselves in a timely fashion. You also have the calendar view that a lot of people know, and you have lots of different views. You also have the Gantt chart, you have the workflow builder, you have the dashboard. So again, lots of ways to look at the same project. So let's go back to the list view. If you pick one task, for example, this one, for example, design the registration page, you can open that task and then a task pane opens on the right. This is what I call an ecosystem. It's a small ecosystem that was built around that specific task. This ecosystem is made of the person assigned on the task itself, Cheryl in that case, as well as all the people helping Cheryl do the work. That could be whoever assigned the task, that could be previous assignees, that could be colleagues, that could be a manager. Anyone who wants to help will be displayed there at the bottom as collaborators. Once you have that small ecosystem built, then you can work in isolation from the rest. You can really work with your small team of people helping you. You can have some discussions using the comments right there. You can mention people like Larry, can you help please? And you can really have a discussion with different people. This will replace entirely all the emails you have been sending and getting from your team. Instead of having a massive discussion by email, you're going to have a small discussion on each and every task you are involved with. If I come back at the top, you have the task title, which is basically what the task is about. You have the assignee, you have the due date telling you when the task is supposed to be done. You can see the project that task belongs to, and you can see a lot of different information like custom fields and subtasks. There are really a lot of ways to organize your work, and that project is made of a lot of tasks. You are assigned on many tasks, and you are assigned on many tasks across several projects. For example, right there, we can see many projects, and you might be involved in all of them. You might be involved in hundreds of projects. So thankfully, Asana has a way to put all of that together in one single view, which is called the My Task view. The My Task view looks like this. It's basically a project, but just for you, just for your tasks. And you can decide what the sections are about, and then you can organize your work. You can take back control of the work that is assigned to you. Recently assigned will show anything assigned to you, and then you can move things around like this to place the tasks in the right section. You can basically define what your day going to look like to really take back control. That's really powerful. And this is really the cornerstone of everything Asana stands for, the personal productivity at its best. In addition to the My Task view, you also have access to what's called the inbox. Basically, the inbox is a activity thread of everything happening with the task you follow and the tasks you are involved with. You can see people congratulating you. You can see people asking questions, uploading attachment. So you can see right there how important it's going to be to choose your battles and only be involved in topics you really have to follow. And this is the kind of thing we can teach you during trainings and teach your team as well. For every notification, you can click on it, open the task on the right, keep the discussion going, ask for clarification, whatever you have to do. You can change the assignee if you want to. So it's really very flexible on a daily basis. So we've seen the tasks, we've seen the project, we've seen how you can see your own tasks and look at the activity thread. There's one missing piece, how to get an overview of what's happening. And that overview is given to you by the portfolios, for example. If you go into portfolios, especially in the marketing portfolio I have right there, you can see those 4 events happening. We looked at the Sydney event, but actually 3 other events were happening at the same time. This view right there gives you the ability to get some overview, see what's happening without diving into the project themselves. You can see the status that was defined by project managers. You can see a high-level summary. You can see the milestones and the status that they have. You can see the dates of the project, the number of overdue tasks, and many, many other fields that you can define. Those info can also be seen from a timeline standpoint. You can really see when your project starts, when they end. That's really powerful. And if you keep going up in what we call the pyramid of clarity, at the very top of that pyramid, you have the goals. If I go into the goals, if I go into the team goals, I can see the marketing goals, and I can see the goal we have as a marketing team is to organize 4 events worldwide. This is the goal we have. And we can see the progress is automatically computed based on how far along we are with those projects. It's all automatic. It bubbles up into Asana at the very top of the pyramid, making our life easier and more productive on a daily basis. I hope this excited you, and I hope that you are excited about Asana. We are here to help. If you need us, we can do workshops, we can do training, we can help you any way we can. We love Asana, we practice Asana every single day, and we can't wait to help you as well.